When you go from being broken to being healed, there is this line, right? There's this line of history of all the things that I used to be, all the bad habits that I used to have, all the abandonment issues, all the brokenness, all the childhood trauma, all the rejection, all of it. There's a line, right? There's all my history and all the men that I used to attract, all the men I asked God to deliver me from, all the abusive and narcissistic and cheating and lying and scheming men that I asked to be delivered from. I had to ask God, make me invisible to anything that is not like you. Make me unattractive. Make me stink to these men so that they do not come to me anymore because I don't want them. Not only that, I started to notice, gosh, I became invisible, right, to so many men because a lot of men are not in the will of God. So once God delivered them from being attracted to me, not only did he have to deliver them from being attracted to me, he had to deliver me from being attracted to them, because I don't think I ever took time to ask God, take away my desire, my appetite, my enthusiasm for men that reject me, abuse me, treat me like shit, make me have to prove myself and win love from them. I had to be delivered from that too, because it was all that I ever knew. Now, when you get delivered, right, there's always Egypt, then there's the wilderness, then there's your land overflowing with milk and honey. There is this line. There's this line of who I used to be, and then there is this who I'm becoming and the kind of men that I want to attract. Right now, there's this wilderness. So I have to become comfortable with being by myself, seeking first the kingdom of heaven, focusing on loving myself and loving God, setting so many boundaries to where when a new man comes into my life, I don't lay down my boundaries. I do not make a man into my idol. So that way, when he blesses me with the husband that I prayed for, everything that I wanted and desired, I will not place it above him. Not only that, you have to go through the loneliness, the quietness, the isolation, so that way you don't confuse the two, because right now you are still on the line. This means that I'm not quite who I want to be yet, but I'm not who I used to be. So right now, there's too close of a chance that I'll still attract the man rooted in my history, my pain, and my abandonment before I will attract the man that's rooted in my healing, my deliverance, and my breakthrough. Therefore, I need to stay so saturated in the presence of God so that I don't fall into the temptation of the enemy that takes me back to Egypt, into slavery, the brokenness, and the rejection. When you go into isolation, it's really God keeping you for himself, because even though he's delivered you from Egypt, he has to get Egypt out of you. The people who were being delivered from Egypt into the promised land, they stayed in that wilderness for such a long time because there was some uprooting. There was some change that had to be done. There was some breakthrough that needed to be done so that they didn't take their history into their future. And I'm just saying, when God